Hi, this is Melissa Garza from melissagarza.com, and thank you so much for joining me today on this first episode of Be Inspired. Well, I really wanted to create a new program that would be authentic to who I am personally and where I am right now in this journey of my so-called life. Recently, I just turned 40 years old, and things have completely shifted in my life before I was 39 and below. I heard 39 below is dress rehearsal, 40 I guess is where your life really begins. That's what one of my friends have told me. And I really have, after my birthday was on May 21st, and after my birthday, the next day, I have to admit and be honest, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't feel any shift. I didn't really feel any major change that happened. I feel a little, honestly, I wanted to stay in bed and I felt a little depressed. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I feel like at this stage of my life too as well, it's been a big shift and a big turning point for me because I really, really want to do something that I find is satisfying to my soul and my being and who I am. And yet I also want to make sure that I'm living an authentic life. There's a lot of parts within me where I find a lot of inauthenticity with people. And the inauthenticity, I don't honestly, I really just don't know where it comes from. I feel like we are taught in so many ways that we have to act a certain way, be a certain way, do things a certain way. It takes a certain amount of time to define a relationship. It takes a certain amount of time to define a friendship. And I kind of question these things, why does it all have to be kind of a game? And I wonder to myself, is the game what it's all about? And for me, I think I choose to really put myself out there and to be who I am and not try to hold myself back any further when it comes to relationships, whether it be friendships or romantic relationships. I really, really want to put myself in a space where I just show up and I am all that I am, and that's who I can be. And it really has been I wouldn't say difficult, because I think life has taken me on this very interesting spiritual journey that I have been going through probably for the past year. I've been attending Agape. You can probably see them on agapelive.com. They're also on Facebook. But I really, really think that being a part of the spiritual community has really changed my life and shifted my outlook on things. I really am wanting to define my life somehow in some way where I can find fulfillment through providing service and value through others, in a way that will bring some financial consistency to my life. And at this point, I have worked in the entertainment industry for quite some time. But a lot of the work is very inconsistent. It's a very gig-like economy. And I haven't had anything really full-time probably since 2013 that lasted for about 6 months. And that is probably probably the longest time in the most recent years. But I have been definitely doing freelancing gigs and other things that come up. But I definitely want something. I want to have something in my life that it fulfills me, it satisfies me, and I find value in what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with. Also, too, I don't want to feel like, how do I say this? It's kind of hard because you want to make sure that you're being compensated for your time, yet also you want to feel like these relationships aren't only just based on that the relationships are actually based on substance and caring and I don't know, a lot more. I think that there has been a big shift in the dynamic that I've had personally with money, and I'm being very vulnerable to admit this, but Yeah, I just feel like I feel a lot of the times, not all the times, but I feel a lot of the times like it just seems to be like that's all what it's about. And um, I'm definitely grateful to have it when I have it, which is great. Um, Yet I feel like sometimes if people think you're just so disposable, and you'll find something else. And granted, there's a point in life where we all move and everybody shifts in cycles, which is part of the complexity and the simplicity of life. But also, I feel like me personally, I want something a little bit deeper that I know that is providing value to a bigger level of consciousness to people. I'd like to be a part of changing consciousness, which would be one of my major things. Some of the things that really interest me are science, technology, metaphysics. How can we blend the metaphysical world into and the spiritual world into the scientific world? Has been a lot of things, has been really a lot on my mind, and how to kind of make that transition. Another part that I've been working on in my life personally is to finish the book that I'm working on, and it's called A Shark's Guide to Setting Boundaries. And with this book, I really want to teach people how to say no. And I think that that is one of the biggest things that I've learned in my life is how to say no. And standing up for what you don't like, standing up for what you're not going to take and what you're not going to accept. And I have to admit, personally, in romantic relationships, that has been very, very difficult for me, because there's a part of me that I feel that um, I feel connected. I feel like I should fight for something to make it work. Um, but yet I'm learning with some of the principles sometimes, spiritual principles that I've been learning, is it really shouldn't take that much work and effort. Things should really fall into place if they're meant to be. And that's what I am really focusing on right now, is allowing and knowing that God has his best intentions for me, and I live in a friendly universe, and things are going to work out in the way that they need to work out. So it's just been, I know it's a lot of rambling, but I guess that's the biggest things right now is just to work on this project, this journal project that I've had, that I want to get out and start talking to you and creating an audience. Um, I'm not sure what I should, how this should develop, or how it should organically into itself, in a sense. I was definitely moved today with a couple stories that I've heard from some people, and I felt like, you know what, it's time to go ahead and put myself out there and produce some content. I'm not sure with what's going to come of it, but the reality of things is I definitely need a change in my life. And things have been feeling very, very, I don't know, not really super exciting, and I'm not feeling super, um, what is it? Super, I don't, my hustle doesn't seem inspired. And I feel like that's what I want to achieve. I I want to achieve an inspired hustle where I'm excited about the things I do. I wake up every morning and there's something that it gives me life. And it makes me feel like I'm helping other people. I'm I'm feeling satisfied, and I'm also at a point too where uh, realize when it comes to my life, where do I really see myself in the bigger picture? Where do we see ourselves as human beings? Do we see ourselves running a legacy where it comes to, what are the things or words or things that we leave behind? How do we touch one another so that each person can learn something from that? I'm kind of wondering too, as a sense, I am getting older. It's 40, and being at this point in my life where I would definitely like to have a relationship and possibly a family. And I am definitely open to that, and I want that to unfold as well. And I feel like just some parts of life just have not seemed in the past for me. In the past, I would say the past 10 years, since 30 to 40, things have just been more of a struggle. I thought I had one specific path outlined for me and what I would do in the entertainment industry, and where I saw myself and where I saw myself going. And yeah, I did not feel super inspired about doing those certain things, and didn't feel like that was a calling in my heart. And I have been at a point where I've definitely been doing some journaling for a while. And with the journaling I've been doing it, I've been keeping it very simple. I've been doing some I am journaling, and I'm affirming who I am, what I'm about. And it's been going on probably now for about 360 days almost. So I've been doing a consistent practice every day, and with this consistent practice, I've noticed that it's been very helpful to have in my life. Yet I feel like I've seen some small changes, but I'd like to see some bigger changes, and I'm feeling that there needs to be some more inspired action that I need to take, because I'm not sure. I guess what it is what excites me. I guess what excites me is being with people, being authentic, and living my truth where it is living my truth of who I am. And I think one of the hardest lessons I'm learning right now is, I'm only in control of myself and what my journey is, and I'm not in control of anybody else's journey, no matter how much I would want that to be. I think when people collide, no matter who it is, a work relationship, friendship, romantic relationship, I think that if there's both a benefit to two parties, and two parties are enjoying each other no matter what it is, I think that they should continue on and let things go, and definitely communicate and allow things to space to happen. So I'm definitely on a different journey. I'm on a journey to find out what it is that I want to do with my life. I've done a lot of awesome things. Accomplished a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish on a small scale, but I want to feel inspired enough to accomplish some things on a larger scale. But yeah, I don't know what it is exactly that I want to specifically do. I don't know if it, I heard today somebody talking about another person who inspired me today to do this, journal speaking. They inspired me by saying it's not about having a goal. It's about maybe having an inspired theme of your life. So I definitely feel like my theme of my life is inspired. I want to definitely be inspiring millions of people. I want to be here. I want to combine art and technology to help spiritually awaken communities and awaken people. I'd also like to find a way to kind of bridge the gap in metaphysics and science somehow. But I don't know how that is going to unfold itself. Other things that I really, really enjoy are eating healthy, but sometimes, you can eat bad, but eating healthy, being as vegan as I can as possible. But I tend to do the vegetarian thing, and once in a while, I have to admit, I have a steak, and I don't see anything wrong with that. So I'm just trying to live my life, or not trying, but I am living my life more in balance for me, and to allow myself the freedom to express myself who I am authentically, and to delve a little bit more deeper into the situations that make me ponder my life, ponder why I'm here, And if I'm here, where do I need to be? Where do I need to be? Who do I need to touch? And is it, maybe it's just as simple as, you know, my part here is to be uh, part of a puzzle that connects other people together. I have no idea, but I'd like to really see where um, my heart goes with the actions that I'm taking. I'd like to see where um, this journey basically takes me. So after 40. So I know it's a lot of ranting and rambling, but I hope you enjoyed it. And that's just a little bit about me. And with this series, I want to try to do some, well, not try. I want to see what comes up organically. I want to see what comes up intuitively. I want to also challenge myself to be as authentic as I can and to be as real as I can. I feel like I meet a lot of people sometimes that really hold themselves back um, because of what other people might think or how they look or things they might say. And I think that there is definitely something with taking pride in yourself in who you are. But when you start going too overboard about things and making that your main focus of your life, and the superficial, I really think that the most important part is to really realize, you know, what's deep inside with you, with me, with you, with everybody that you're dealing with. You know, everybody has their own unique um, gifts that they bring to the table. They have their own unique relationships that they bring to other people. And I think if you can just come at those and be as authentic as you can, um, that's the journey that I feel like I'm definitely here for on this planet. I feel I'm on this planet to live a journey that I feel is authentic. It's awakened. I'm always open to be enlightened more and more and more and more. I feel like we share so many gifts with one another. And whatever it is on this journey, I hope that you can be inspired with me. So thank you so much. And I really appreciate you taking the time today to listen to me. Have a good one. And once again, this is Melissa Garza for melissagarza.com. Bye.